Alright, so this is Battlefront review. You may be wondering what Battlefront is. Or you may not, since you're watching. But either way, so Battlefront is if you have enough money to spend on the expansion pack. Otherwise, you would have been left in the dust like 4 months ago. So when you first get Battlefront and you start playing the basic maps, one of the modes I would recommend would be Cargo. It's my personal favorite mode. And for Cargo, you can use, there's a machine gun that's really great. Not the one in the top left corner, because that one is terrible. The one 2 spaces to the right. And the reason it's good is because it's good for close combat, and it can take down 2 people before overheating. So, it depends on what map you're on, what gun is good to use, and you'll just kind of have to feel your way through. The opening gun I would recommend when you're first starting is the A28OC. It's a really good gun, high durability, and it has decent range and firing rate. So the modes are Hero Hunt, Supremacy, there's Fighter Squadron, Cargo, Droid Run, Blast, Hero Hunt, Heroes versus Villains, and I think there's one more. Oh, it's Turning Point. So those modes are all great except for Hero Hunt. I mean, it's good, but not too good. So the way Hero Hunt works is it's like a team of 6 people against one hero, and the hero is like if you have all the expansion packs, it can be anywhere from Dengar to Lando Calrissian. They've got a lot of heroes. I think it's 10 now. It's 10. So anyway, there are the 10 heroes, which are awesome. But most of the 10 heroes are really good, but there's a few of them on either side that are really bad, like Han Solo and Emperor Palpatine. Emperor Palpatine is horrible. And Han Solo, I mean, he is good. I've been blown up while I was flying a fighter by his lucky shot thing. But I mean, he's not like my favorite, because he gets on my nerves and he takes damage way too. So in the first expansion pack, it's the Outer Rim expansion pack. And the way you get an expansion pack is you have to pay like $65, and you get every update from the time you bought the expansion pack until the game is until they stop making updates. So you buy the 1 pack and you get everything. Now, if you don't buy the 1 pack, there are a lot of things you'll feel left out of, and a lot of game modes and planets you'll never get to go to. So I would advise, if you really start to like this game, I would advise you buying one of the expansion packs, because they are very, very useful. I mean, it's just $65 and for like 20 expansion packs. And in the expansion packs are included Dengar. There is, it's Dengar, Greedo. Greedo's annoying and he stinks. Then there's Nien Nunb, or Nine Nunb as they say it in the game. I think it's Nien Nunb. And Lando Calrissian. All 4 of those heroes are included in the expansion packs. So in the expansion packs, there are, I think it's 3 worlds included. It's Tatooine, Bespin, and Mustafar. No, it's Celeste. Celeste is included in the expansion pack. But so, in Celeste, there's a lot of lava. Like, a lot of lava. And if you step in that, yeah, it's best to get out of it. And there's this one place, it's a lava mixer. Because, Celeste apparently deals with lava a lot. It's like a lava mining area. But anyway, so do not step in lava. Because the lava mixing area, if you fall in there, you're dead instantly. There have been a few awesome times when someone has used a pulse cannon, which is basically a chargeable sniper rifle, to blow me up. Well, not blow me up, but like go flying. But so the interesting part about that place is if you step in the lava, you're going to lose a lot of health, and that's what makes it interesting is because it's an intense combat area. So, I mean, if you step in lava, you've got like, say, a 20% better chance of dying when you walk around the next corner. But so, on Bespin's a really well designed map. It's really shiny and fun. Do not fall off the edge. I've made that mistake before, and don't jump in any ditches. Unless there's stairs leading down it, do not jump in the ditches. Because then you die. But so, let's see, all the game modes you get are, see, the game modes you get are, let's see, is there a new one for Bespin? I don't know. But so there was, come on, there's Extraction. That was one of them for the first expansion pack. I don't think so. There's a new game mode for Bespin. The Bespin expansion pack, it is Sabotage. The goal is to blow up all their Tabana gas generators. Like, if you're a rebel, if you're an Imperial, the goal is to stop them from blowing up the Tabana gas generators. So, also, if you were to, when you first start the game, you want to do all the little missions first against CPUs. And definitely do the tutorial. And also, one of the most important things that you can learn is how to sprint. You sprint, like I used to just walk, okay? And it was terrible. I would get blown up. But so, what you do is you press down on left stick, like this. You gotta go in, and when you hear it click, that's you sprinting. And there's this trick where like you press B when you're sprinting and you do like roll or something. I can't seem to figure out how to work that, but I see it done all the time. So there's a wide variety of guns that you can use. And I think I can name, there are a bunch of types. There's the heavy blaster, there's the shock blaster, there is the blaster pistol, blaster rifle, targeting rifle, and I think I'm missing one. Well, no. But so some of the newer guns, the X8 Night Sniper and the EE4, they're well worth getting, but the DL18 is not. Like, unless you're trying to get a HUT contract, like you're trying to get the DL18. Oh, by the way, HUT contracts. I need to talk about that before I go talking about things that you need to get through HUT contracts. So, HUT contracts came with the first update, and most of the stuff that you get from HUT contract, unless it's like the early blasters, is locked unless you buy the expansion packs. But so the DL18, so what HUT contracts are, you pay a certain amount of credits in the game, like game credits, you don't actually pay for it. But so what you do is you pay the HUT or whatever, and you've got tasks that you have to complete, like let's say 15 kills with a scout pistol, which is a star card, which I'll get to in a minute. But so like 15 kills with the scout pistol, and you unlock, let's say, a new blaster, like a star card or something. So the DL18 is not worth getting, and there are a few blasters that I haven't even tried to get, like the Rhodian blaster. It's really small and you. But so then there's another gun there are three guns, the new guns that I'm not a huge fan of. It's the DL18. There's a really small Rhodian blaster, and there's a one-shot sniper rifle. And what the one-shot sniper rifle does is you pull the trigger or whatever, and it shoots. But then it immediately overheats, and you've got to wait or press X when the yellow lines align with the red lines. But so this, unless you shoot someone, like either you're standing right behind them, you've got to aim for the head, or else you're never going to get it. Because your blaster overheats immediately. And if you do carry that gun into battle, I would advise having a lot of close range star cards. A lot of close range star cards for your use. And so on to star cards. What star cards are is they are helpful little power-ups you can have. And what the star cards they do So you buy them with your credits in the game, and they're like helpful little power-ups. There's one that I have used since I got it. It's a, let's see what's it called. It's called the Jump Pack. And star cards always come in 2 levels. It's the basic level, and then the better level 2 level. So what the level 2s do is they cool down quicker, because once you use your star card, it's got to cool down before you can use it again. So when your card is in cooldown, you can pick up a refresh card or whatever it is, like a refresh power up. And the refresh power up, I can't stand it, but what you do is you use right and left bumper at the same time after you use the star card. You go bam, and it activates and it immediately refreshes your card. But I do not like that kind, just because it's kind of hard to use. Well, not hard to use. I mean, it's a waste of a power up, but. So the star cards are, there's the bowcaster, which it's a charged weapon that shoots 4 explosive bolts in all directions. There's a homing missile. There's an ion torpedo. There's now, in one of the expansion packs, there's an EMP. Like, it freezes like Walker or something if you shoot it. If you shoot the Walker with the EMP. So, the star cards, they're really useful. And you can get some really cool ones in the new expansion packs. So in the expansion packs, there's a lot of really cool star cards and blasters. One of the cool star cards is let's see, what was the one I worked so hard? Oh, back to bomb. Back to bombs are useful, very useful star cards. What you do is you can throw them on the ground and they burst and spread like healing mist everywhere. And if you walk through the mist, if you're injured, it immediately sends you to full health. But if you're not injured, it gives you like a protective layer that lasts for a little bit. So be sure to subscribe if you want more game reviews like this or whatever. So the new blasters include the X8 Night Sniper, the EE4. Let's see, what's another lame one? There's a sniper rifle. There's the DL-18 I told you about, and the puny rhodium blaster. And I think there's one more. I'm not sure. So the new star cards, they include Shock Grenade, which stuns your enemies when you throw it. It's really fun. So when you shock the people, they're like, and it paralyzes them, and they hit X 5 times to fill up this little bar to get them out. But while they're frozen, trying to get out, you can shoot them, which is awesome because they can't do anything about it. And there's a power up called Scout Binoculars, and what they do is you use them. It's just like the scope of your gun, except so when you look through them at an enemy, there's going to appear a red circle, and if you use the shoot button, which is right trigger, while it's zoomed in, it marks the enemy, which is a really weird name. But they're outlined in red. No matter where you go, you can see them for like, let's say 30 seconds. And that's the cool part. But the disadvantage is doesn't do anything but scan. So if you've got it in your star card hand, which you can have 3 star cards and a trait in your hand. So what a trait is, hold on, I'll talk about that later. But so you can have 2, like a jump pack, let's say, and a pulse cannon. You can have 2 of those, and it's left bumper and right bumper to use them, like either one, whichever side of the screen it's on. But then if you hold down Y and you have a special ability like Scan Pulse or Explosive Shot, an Explosive Shot is exactly what it sounds like. The end of your gun catches on fire. Well, not on fire, but it looks like it. And every bullet you shoot is explosive, which is awesome. I've seen a few people blown straight off the map. They're like, by it. But if you have a machine gun, it's terrifying for the enemy. But so let's say you have that, and if you hold down Y when you have one of those, it does it. Scan pulse, it scans all around you and whatever, and there's a bunch of other useless ones. So what a trait is, well, now we're on the subject of traits. I know I'm just kind of rambling, but so what a trait is so you buy it or whatever, and it gives you certain abilities. Like if you have the bounty hunter ability, you what is it? The bounty hunter ability, for every kill you get, you level up your thing, and you try to get it to level 3 bounty hunter, and it diminishes after every battle. But so what you do is the higher you level up your bounty hunter trait, the more power-ups you're likely to get when you first spawn. And the scout power-up, the scout trait is really fun. What you do is the more, for every, let's say, every 15 kills, you'll heal faster. Whereas normally it's kind of hard for you to heal, and it can be dangerous when you're in fire, when you're in the line of fire. And there are 2 more, I think. There's the bounty hunter. Not the bounty hunter, what am I saying? The bodyguard, which what it does is you don't take as much explosive damage for every 10 kills you get, I think. Then the other one is the berserker, and the more damage you take, the more damage your blaster does. The more you get shot, the more your blaster is strengthened. But it does slow down your healing. So that's the disadvantage for having the berserker trait. Now, as far as vehicles go, there are a few that I'm going to list. It's the Cloud Car, the TIE Interceptor, and the TIE Fighter. Now, those 3 work for the Empire, and the other, there's the Slave One, which is Boba Fett's ship. There's the Millennium Falcon, and there's another Cloud Car that's orange. That the other one's blue. The blue ones are Imperial, and the orange ones are Rebels. But so there are A-Wings and X-Wings. And what they do, if you have a Rebel ship, what they can do is they have ion torpedoes and shields that you can use. And if you're in a fighter, and let's say Supremacy, which is just massive 20v20 death matches. But so if you're in a fighter, and let's say Supremacy, what you can do is there aren't many other fighters up there. So what you can do is you can strafe the people on the ground, and you have a massive advantage. One tip, though, if you're flying a fighter, is never fly too close to the ground unless you're trying to squish someone. Because if they jump back up, they're like, wee! And then the fighter goes, bah! And that's called trampling. But, so what you do is, if you're flying close to the ground, be sure to be aware of your surroundings, because it's extraordinarily easy to hit a tree or something and blow up. So those are just the aerial vehicles. And on the ground, there are speeder bikes, which is only on the indoor maps. Like indoor, not INDOOR, but ENDOR, from the planet. But so then there's an ATST and an ATAT. The ATST is the small 2-legged walker, and the ATAT is the massive 4-legged walker. And that's about all I have on vehicles. But so there's a map called Survivors of Endor. The normal Endor maps all lush and pretty or whatever. But Survivors of Endor, it's all burned up. It's awesome looking. I've only played on it once, but it was still an awesome experience. So I'm gonna wait until it hits the 20-minute mark to stop, which it will in 40 seconds. But so honestly, the skins are really cool. If you're on the Rebel side, you can have a bunch of aliens, and if you're Stormtrooper side, it can be a Stormtrooper in white armor with a helmet or without a helmet. Then there's a Shadow Trooper. There's Shadow Trooper armor with all black Stormtrooper armor. It looks really cool. And back in the early stages of Battlefront, it used to command respect on the battlefield because that was rank 50. But now it doesn't, because there are 2 new skins. It's the Bespin Wing Guard and the Shock Trooper. So my time is, well, it's not up. I mean, I can go for as long as I want. But so yeah, post comments on whatever else you need to know about Battlefront or what you want to know. It's a really good gift for like mature-ish 10-year-olds, I would say. Definitely don't give it to anyone younger than 10, even if they are extremely mature. Well, if they're mature, I mean. But if you get Battlefront makes a great gift, and it's also very hard to play. And to play it, like to play the full game, like to actually have fun, you've got to spend $60 on gold. So if you're not interested in spending money on gold, then Battlefront is not the right game for you. But if you are willing to spend money on gold, there's a lot of really cool people you can meet. I had this one guy named Anthony that I met, and we played for like a month together. It was really good. But so, yeah, that's all you need to know about Star Wars.